All right, everyone, we are here with another championship transformation. This client has crushed her last 6 weeks. Um, and I want to share her story. What is your name,
Aline.
Aline? And how old are you, Aline?
I am 39, turning 40 next month.
Turning 40, 40 years young. And what do you do for work?
I'm a teacher,
Teacher. Okay,
elementary
so the
school, yeah.
elementary school. What grade?
I teach all grades from K to 8, but the last few years I've been in a role where I coach teachers.
Okay, very cool. Okay, a little bit of management. So
Mhm,
that's cool. Before joining the challenge, I know you were a member of ours for a little while.
mhm.
Kind of like, actually, maybe let's even take it back to before you even joined with us. What was kind of like your fitness experience or your health was like before joining up and starting to work out with us?
I actually grew up doing a high level of gymnastics as a kid. And most of my teenage years, I was really, really fit. And then, you know, at some point, I just stopped altogether. Then I found my way to kickboxing at Muay Thai for many years, and then when I got married and I got pregnant, I decided to stop that. And then I found like I had a number of years of just trying all different things and nothing really clicking. So when somebody had told me that they were coming to your gym, a friend of mine, um, I thought I love kickboxing, so maybe I should give it a try again. Maybe I'm ready to try it again. But I was worried I was too old
Right,
at
right.
that point. But yeah, I gave it a try, and I just realized like the first class I did, I was like, "Yep, this is I missed this." So I really really enjoyed it. But even with working out regularly, I was still finding that like even though I felt great, I had put on some weight, through lockdowns and like a lot of just not eating so great. I was having trouble shedding pounds that I wanted to.
Yeah.
So that's why when I saw that opportunity to start the 6 week challenge, I was like, you know what? I'm already coming to the gym regularly. Um, I just, I needed that last little push.
Okay.
Uh,
And what would you say that last little push was? Was it do you feel like it was the nutrition? Because you already were coming regularly. Do you feel like it was the nutrition? Was it the account? What was missing?
Yeah, so it was definitely both of those things, the nutrition and the accountability on the nutrition part, right? I didn't necessarily need the accountability on the working out part, but to be honest with you also, I was only doing kickboxing classes until I started the challenge. I was scared of the fit classes, and now they're my favorite. I actually sometimes prefer them. Well, actually, I like the balance between the two, to be honest. So even that little push was I think a big difference maker too. But the nutrition part was I never I've never been someone who had to think too hard about what I ate. So I didn't really know how. So it was really nice to have the nutrition plan laid out, um, and the taking photo accountability made it a lot more easier to stick to. I think too.
Got it. Got it. So let's take it back. You're training with us. What was kind of like your weight, your body fat? What were those numbers looking like before you started the challenge?
So I'm only 5'1". So I was up to like 123 pounds when I started the challenge, which I know doesn't sound that bad, but when you're 5'1", it's different. It's different. And my body fat was at 35%. So when I talked to Mark about my goal, he said, let's do a body fat percentage goal to lose 6%. And yeah, I did lost about 10 pounds and 6% body fat, but I was also surprised at my muscle mass going up as well.
Huge thing. So I was just gonna jump into that. So weight down 10 pounds in 6 weeks, down 6% body fat, and how much in percent in muscle?
I think 5 in muscle.
5%. So phenomenal. So not only did you lose the weight, you gained muscle. how is that like definition showing now? Like, is it, do you notice a big difference in your body?
Yes, like I mean, even my shoulders look different. Like it's such a weird part of your body to say, but yeah, everything. My posture has improved. Like as a side effect too of, I guess, just building more muscle, upper body muscle. But like I see it everywhere. Somebody even approached me at the gym the other day, someone I hadn't seen in a few weeks, and she said to me, she was like, "Holy," she's like, you look transformed." So yeah, it's a big difference.
That's
I
phenomenal.
have,
Phenomenal.
biceps. I have.
Yeah, yeah, you can start to see the definition, and I know you're going away for a trip, so it's beach body ready, which is perfect.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, let me talk about like the surprising thing about the nutrition plan. Like, when people think nutrition plan, diet plans, they think it's super maybe restrictive in that sense. Um, what was something that maybe you learned or surprised you about the nutrition plan?
So it was definitely hard at first. I have two kids at home. Obviously, I can't cook for them the way that I was eating, like they need fat. So, it was still hard to cook and watch them eat things that I couldn't eat. But once I got the hang of the meal prepping and planning, it was a different ballgame. I like food. I love to eat. I'm not going to be okay just eating plain, chicken and you steamed vegetables. I learned to get really creative with things. I adjusted, recipes. I found foods I liked better than others. Um, yeah, it wasn't as hard as I thought. And to be honest with you, I'm past my 6 week challenge now by maybe 2 weeks. And I'm still, I'm still trying not to eat carbs after lunch.
Mhm.
I have not eaten a piece of bread since I started the challenge. But that's a personal, I think after having cut it out, I feel so much better. So I'm scared now to go back to feeling like I'm starting to think that maybe that was something that was not contributing to not feeling great. So, like I'm amazed at how much I've been able to keep it up as well after.
Love it. Love it. So a couple things I heard there. It's almost like you've learned to be creative within the boundaries. Although we give like certain guidelines, you could still have a ton of variety for someone that's a foodie like yourself. And
Mhm.
also, it's almost like, when people say things like, "Oh, I need this in my life," really, they don't really know they don't need it unless they eliminate it completely. And then you realize, maybe I don't actually need something like bread or something like that.
Absolutely. There's an adjustment. Like that's the thing, right? The first 2 weeks, I would say, were tough. I mean, just even just getting in the hang of grocery shopping, I was buying a lot more fruits and more veg than I ever had in the past, and I thought I ate a lot of vegetables before. Um, but once I got through that, and it's not, yeah, it wasn't
Yeah,
a big deal. Plus, seeing the transformation also and feeling so much better. I slept better, like I sleep better now.
that's awesome.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
I know, right? It's amazing how food can affect other parts of our lives. I want to touch back on that, but I want to go into the workouts. You did a lot of kickboxing, but you were even scared of doing our fit classes, which is more strength and conditioning. What is something now that you enjoy about that type of class?
All of it. I like lifting weights. I never thought I would say that. And I think more because I just didn't know how.
Mhm.
I still find that I don't always know how to do everything exactly right. But it's so great having, I don't feel shy to ask the coaches, like, hey, am I doing this right? Usually it's something along the lines of, my pulling my shoulders back. But yeah, it's been really great learning about weights and lifting weights. And I think that's where the biggest like muscle definition transformation has come from as well.
Absolutely. It's that combination of like, kickboxing gives us the cardio, but then we also need the fit to build up the strength. And like you said, definition, you start seeing your body transform a little bit, which is awesome.
Mhm.
Going back to the intangibles of like, besides the numbers, besides all that stuff, You talked about sleep improving. Anything else you noticed that improved?
Yeah, like just everything in general. My energy levels are way higher, and more sustained throughout the day. So like I always used to find that I would crash around like 3:34. I thought it was because, I'm a teacher and that's the sort of the end of my day. Um, but even like summertime when I wasn't teaching, it would still happen around 3:30 or 4. I don't have that anymore. Like I find, um, like I can go a lot longer with, higher levels of energy. I feel good. I always struggled with bloating. I haven't really struggled with that since I started. So yeah.
Lots of intangibles. Besides the weight loss, besides the muscle growth, you feel no more energy crashes, sleeping better, no more bloat. Awesome. Tons and
Yeah.
tons of benefits. Skepticism. I always ask this. I mean, you were a member of ours, so I'm pretty sure you weren't too skeptical about our program. But like, I mean, when people see 6 week challenge, there might be something scary or like, am I really gonna lose that? It's a two-part question. Did you feel any skepticism about the program at first?
Yeah, I think a little bit. Yeah. I think that's probably why I didn't initially sign on for the 6 weeks, right? Like I thought, that's not really for me. I'll just work out and I'll be fine. Um, but I think the skepticism more though had to do with me than the program itself. That like I just didn't think I had it in me to stick to a program for 6 weeks. Like I figured if you were running it and I see all the pictures up, it's obviously like, it works, people are successful. But I was worried that, I would pay the money and that I would just not, stick to it. Um, so it's
That was the initial skepticism. So looking back, if you saw yourself back then, what would you say to yourself now that you've done it to get them going, to get you motivated to go?
just
Or
do it.
anybody?
Yeah, just do it. Like, stick to it. It's not that hard. And it's totally, totally worth it. Whatever difficulty there is, because it isn't easy either. It's totally worth it. Yeah.
Love it. Love the message. I mean, you made amazing transformation. I'm super happy to hear it, but also the fact that you've actually been able to maintain it, which is really what the true transformation is. It's like making this a lifestyle, making this part of your life, and hopefully keep it sustained as long as possible. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thanks. Thank you for helping me achieve all my goals.
Appreciate it. All right, take care.
Okay.